Tom, hello. So good to see you. We are getting back to basics today with RMD 101, the rules that catch retirees off guard. Required minimum distributions aren't just about taking money out. They come with specific rules from the IRS that affect how, when, and where those dollars can be used. Understanding the basics can help you avoid taxes and support your favorite charities. So, number one, Tommy, each account is separate. The IRS requires you to calculate the RMD from each of your pre-tax retirement accounts individually. How does this rule catch people off guard?
Well, there's a few things. One is the age requirements, which have changed on a couple of different occasions with tax law changes. So some folks, depending on when you're born, the year that you're born is when you have to start taking them. So if you're, as the chart says, if you're born 1960 or later, your RMD age now is 75. If you're between 51 and 59, your RMD age is 73. Some people still, believe it or not, think that it's 70 and a half. So that's one thing that's throwing some folks off.
Right.
Another thing is people have multiple accounts. So people have 2 or 3 different IRAs. They may have an IRA and a 401k plan. So you just have to be careful. As you mentioned, you have to take money out of each of those accounts, but you could actually aggregate certain accounts. So if you have 3 IRAs and you have $9,000 of distributions in totality, you could take 9 from one, 3 from each, 4.5 from 2 of them. But what you can't do is you can't aggregate, say, an IRA and a 401k,
right,
or an IRA and an inherited IRA. So you just have to be careful with that. But that's something else that trips people up quite a bit. One last note about that is by now, today's February 23rd. It's a beautiful snow day here in New Jersey after about a foot of snow, thus the background and not the office. But one of the things that people should have already received in the mail from their custodian is what their RMD for this year is.
Mm-hmm. Right. Thank you for letting everybody know that you are snowed in right now. Had a busy morning of shoveling snow. So thanks still for making time for us. All right. Number 2, you cannot use.
Here's the dog barking. I want to let
Yes. So, well, that's good. You're home and cozy. Number 2, you cannot use your RMDs to directly contribute to a Roth IRA. Why is that?
Correct. Because your Roth contribution has to be from earned income.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to move money out of an IRA into a Roth, it has to be a conversion. It can't be a contribution.
All right. Though, on the other hand, using an RMD for other expenses is okay. Once the RMD is taken, the cash is yours to use however you wish. Does that include reinvesting in a taxable account?
Absolutely. That money is yours. The government wants you to redeploy that money so they can tax it again.
Right.
So whether it's in another investment account, a non-qualified investment account, whether you're purchasing a car, a home, a vacation, a college education, whatever it is, you can use it any which way you want.
All right. Number 4, this one is my favorite, Tom. You can use the RMDs for charitable donations. How does this work?
Sure. So as long as you're of age, what you can do is you could actually have your custodian make a direct contribution to a qualified charity, all right, instead of you taking it as a required minimum distribution. In other words, this charitable donation, direct charitable donation that you make will count for your RMD, but it will not be taxable to you.
Awesome.
And you can actually make a donation up to $100,000. And you just have to be careful, though, because custodians don't like making multiple distributions. So typically in a given year, you really can only, and that's only because of paperwork, really more than anything, you can only make one donation to one charity. So that's something that a lot of people get mixed up with as well.
Right. Yeah. And it is such a lovely strategy, though, when you can put it in place. All right. And last, I feel like everybody knows this, Tom, but it bears repeating. RMDs are taxable.
Absolutely. And we've both run across plenty of people who didn't realize that, right? It's taxable income. It's ordinary income. You didn't pay taxes when you put money in it. You didn't pay taxes as it was growing. At some point, the Grim Reaper wants that money. The Grim Reaper being Uncle Sam. who's
Yep.
not your real uncle, just in case anybody out there didn't know that, they want their money. And this is one of the big reasons why people unknowingly will end up either in the same or perhaps even a higher tax bracket
Right.
in retirement.
Hmm.
Most people don't have the typical deductions that they have while they're working, but they're taking in almost roughly the same amount of income,
Right.
which it can become a tax problem.
Right. Yeah. All those good savers might not realize the tax burden that they're creating, which is why
Right.
proactive planning is key. One of those strategies that you wanted to mention, Tom, Roth conversions. How does this help?
Well, Roth conversion gets the tax out of the way, so you're paying tax on uh, X number of dollars, whatever that conversion amount is, and then it grows tax free into the future, and it compounds, and you get that money out tax free when you take those distributions. Tax free money is better than taxable money. Uh,
Right. Those Roth
as well.
accounts don't have RMDs. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So it's a strategy. Maybe it doesn't work for everybody, but I'm sure at some level it works for a lot of people.
Right.
So just something to think about.
Right, absolutely. A Roth conversion might not be right for everyone, but now is at least the time to consider one, considering we are living in historically low tax rates. So,
Absolutely.
Tom, if somebody would like to talk to you about a Roth conversion, lowering their RMD tax burden in retirement, what's the best way to reach you?
Email TJ O'Connell at internationalfinancial.com, or you can call our office at 973-394-0623.
All right, Tom, thanks so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron. Great to see you.